What's going on, guys? Bankrobber Games here with more Ratchet and Clank 2. Last episode when we left off, we did a little bit more ship combat and that earned us quite a few bolts. We also came back to Planet Joba to do all the challenges in the arena, and that also got us a lot more bolts. So if you remember, a little while ago we weren't doing too well for bolts, but now we've got 355,666 bolts. So doing pretty good at this stage in the game, and yeah, I recommend going back and watching it if you're interested in seeing all the challenges in the arena. It's a little bit repetitive, but yeah, still quite cool. For this episode we're just going to be carrying on with the story, and the next planet we're going to be going to is planet Snivelak, and this is the Thug HQ in order to try and rescue Angela. Very cool planet, this one. Got a big boss battle in it as well. I remember the soundtrack for this level being quite good as well. So with our box breaker and our bolt magnetizer that we got relatively recently, it does make it a lot easier getting bolts from all the breakables. You might see in the distance there's going to be another health upgrade, and this one is the last one we'll have to collect. Can be a little bit of a pain to get. You just want to keep as much momentum as possible on the swing shots, and yeah, you just have to glide over to that building, the roof of it, and then you should be able to just walk up and grab the health upgrades. So you didn't quite grab it that time. I'll cut to whenever we get it, but yeah, that is how you do it. A lot of people find it easier to do it in the with the jetpack rather than the helipack, so I'll give that a go and see if it works out any better for us. So thankfully that didn't take us too long, just a couple of attempts, and yeah, we managed to get that one, and that should be the last, well, that is the last health upgrade we need to get. So we should get the achievement for fully levelling up our health through experience now. But yeah, it seemed like the jetpack did make it a little bit easier to get. Obviously you'll have to experiment to see what works for you. I'm going to switch back to the helipack though, just because I prefer it. Nice little platforming section here. Reminds me a little bit of the pillars that you have to climb in God of War 1 when you go through Hades. Thankfully these are much easier. So if we look over here, there are these helicopters. Should be able to destroy them for a little bit of weapon experience, or at least some of them as they come up. We've almost leveled up our plasma coil as well, so we get to use the level 2 version of that soon, which will be fun. It's a very powerful weapon. But over here there is a platinum bolt waiting for us. So instead of carrying on down the bridge like you're supposed to, where those tanks are waiting for us, you just come over here and use the helipad or jetpack to make your way over. And this is just a little platforming section. Something to point out is the platforms do switch back once the dynamo runs out of power. It still gives you a pretty reasonable amount of time to make it over. But that is the only platinum bolt this planet. And I think a taxi does come to pick you up if you wait. But you can just glide over. So here we're going to be going for another skill point, and I'd recommend using the pulse rifle, and all you have to do is destroy so many of these ships as they fly past, if you can actually hit them. Not doing too great with our shots there. Helps if we go to the right vendor as well. I'm sure you can use other weapons to destroy them, but I normally find it the easiest to use the pulse rifle. There's several other places as well where you can shoot down the ships, but this is just a consistent place to where they cross your path. Sometimes you can see the ships do take a little while to start spawning back around. Good thing there's a weapon vendor here. I think it's 14 ships you need to destroy in total, so that's why it's taking us a little while. But at least we get to listen to the cool soundtrack. Thankfully we got the skill point there. And yeah, shoot down 14 ships. Like I said, there are other places you could do it, and other weapons you could probably use, but I do find that's the easiest way to do it, even though I missed a few shots. I also realised I didn't show off the skill point we got last episode for doing the Impossible Challenge on Planet Joba at the Megacorp Games. So that's just there for you guys as well. But now we're going to carry on with the level and focus on hopefully upgrading our plasma coil. You might be able to see the enemies hiding the tanks behind the tanks there, using them as cover. Thankfully, with the plasma coil, you can take a couple of them out when you destroy the tanks. You can also use those for cover, the wrecks of the old tanks. So almost upgraded there. finally managed to upgrade it to the Plasma Storm. It's much more powerful. You see it basically shoots out lightning to any targets it passes. And yeah, you can see how powerful it is there. You don't get an upgraded ammo capacity, unfortunately. It doesn't really need it. It's a very powerful weapon and makes clearing out certain stages later in the game very easy. So now we can finally focus on the mini rocket tube. It's not going to be the best weapon against these guys just because it is a slightly older weapon, but once it's upgraded it will more than make up for it. This is one situation that the lock-on mods might be useful. So we might get that at some point in the future for some of our weapons. And I just remembered something else. Help if we have the charge bricks equipped. Thankfully our shield can protect us from those lasers. When you start up the charge bricks as well, you can't really steer until they slow down slightly. Here in the armor vendor, you can see we had this set of armor available to us last time, but we've now got another set of armor available to us. Looks really cool, this one with the dark red theme, and I think it absorbs 66% of damage taken, so not too bad. But there's one more armor set that we have to unlock after this, and it's probably my favourite armor set in the series. It does look very cool. So here you have to be quite careful. I didn't think the box breaker broke that health crate, but if you break that health crate, you get ambushed. A force field comes up and some enemies spawn in. So I was going to show that off, but the force field will just come up automatically, or should just come up automatically as we pass through this little area. I don't mind it though, because we'll be able to use the experience. Just showing off there as well that when the shield charger shield actually breaks, we'll take some damage. A little bit annoying. It protects you most of the time. Hopefully we get some rocket tube ammo. And you can see the shield charger went down quite quickly there. But the plasma coil coming in handy, or the plasma storm saving us there. And I think that's another ambush crate. Over there you can see the boss waiting for us. Quite big, probably one of the biggest bosses in gaming at the time of this game's release. We just leveled up our health there, so we have nice full health before taking on the boss.
What's so funny?
Nothing, I guess. Prepare to die!
So our plasma storm is powerful, but unfortunately it's not powerful enough to take on this guy. But if you move around the area, you can see these jump pads, and these will land you in some turrets where you can do some damage to the boss. But he does have these sort of drone things that he shoots out, which will do a lot of damage to you. if they hit you. And it will take us a little while to beat this boss. And every now and then the boss will, well, once they get to certain health thresholds, the boss will, he pounds his chest like a gorilla, and then like that, in the back, that you can see him doing in the background, and then he'll do a sort of special attack of some description where he'll come and destroy the turret. Sometimes he picks up a ship and throws it at you, sometimes he comes towards you and uses a laser beam on his eye to destroy you. With some of the turret placements, you'll get quite lucky and the drones will run into some of the buildings, so they destroy themselves. It hasn't really got any more attacks other than this. If you get too close to him, he does have like the cannon on his arm he can shoot you with, I think, and obviously you can get squished by him. Sometimes as well, he'll have quite a long walk up to the turret, and that'll let you get in a little bit more damage.
It's like hide and go seek. You hide, my missiles sink.
Yeah, you can hear him shooting at us there. You will also lose your shield every time you go into a turret, so I'd only really recommend using a shield if you are really low on health. So here a lot of the drones should get blown up by hitting that building, so it should make things a bit easy for us. He's got his laser eye attack that destroys the turret.
Get ready to feel the burn. Dance, punk, dance. Catch this.
It is very frustrating if you die on this boss. If you're struggling with it, I would recommend buying some armour. So if you do get hit by any of the attacks, save you taking a little bit of damage.
Give up now, Ratchet, and I'll spare you a painful death. Try to dodge this!
So there is another turret over there you can access in the sort of tower. There should be a jump pad on the building we were just on. That should jump you over to it. There is a funny glitch you can do in, I don't know if you have to do it in New Game Plus. There might be another way of jumping over the barrier, but if you jump over the barrier behind him and go up to him with the sheepinator, you can turn him into a sheep and then destroy the sheep that he turns into. The robot model still stays there, but there will be a sheep in the ground. If you destroy it, swing, hit it with your wrench or whatever, and then you spawn the boss, the cutscene plays, and then the boss automatically gets destroyed. but I don't know. I did want to show off the boss fight just because it's the game, and I don't know a way over the platform without using first-person mode that you can use to scale any surface in the game. But you only unlock that in New Game Plus. So you do have to be careful of when he throws a ship. You see how it's got a big radius there in the explosion. You might notice he only shoots one cannon there on that building. That's just because a lot of the drones hit the buildings. Messed up our jump there, but hopefully we didn't take any damage. And if you do well making your way through the level, you can pick up any health that's still laying around, which is good. Makes things a bit easier if you do take a bit of damage, like we have. And we might be able to defeat him in the turret we'll have to use after this one.
Coming to get you, Ratchet. Here I come. Catch this!
Something else that is quite annoying is the controls are inverted for up and down, which can make things a bit more awkward. So hopefully we should be able to destroy him this turret. Him finally taken down.
You okay, Clank? Great. Let's go.
Hello? Aren't you forgetting someone?
Oops. Oh, I meant after we free Angela.
Thanks. Now, before you run off, take a look at this. I picked it out of Lizard Boy's pocket.
Log entry 4792. Returning from Megacorp's distribution center. I'm beginning to suspect that Megacorp has lied to me. The extra-large decorative paperweights being stored there might actually be an enormous supply of proto-pets. Which might explain why the whole facility is guarded by ravenous mutant creatures. Their warehouse ship may hold as many as 10 million crates, and with 100 proto-pets per crate, that could be as many as, 3.5 zillion proto-pets. A secret shipment that large can only mean one thing. Megacorp is up to no good. I will confront them as soon as possible and demand a bigger cut of the action.
Tell Mass is in his strong suit.
The galaxy is in far more danger than I had imagined. Do you suppose, Mr. Fizzwidget...
We've wasted enough time on Fizzwidget already. I swear that crazy old man is not the same person I used to work for.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You used to work for Megacorp?
Yes, in the genetics division.
On the Protopet?
On fixing the Protopet's flaws. And I was this close to succeeding when Fizzwidget suddenly pushed up their release date.
Is it worth disrupting the Protopet shipments?
It's a start. But to stop them for good, we're gonna need to break into Megacorp headquarters.
Break in? How?
I have an old Megacorp ID on my home planet.
We'll split up then. Clank and I will go to the distribution facility. You go grab the ID.
So thankfully, after we defeat the boss, we get brought back here to our ship. I'm just going to top off an ammo quickly before next episode. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I do like this planet. I'd like the soundtrack to it as well, and the platforming and combat sections you have to do beforehand are quite fun. But there is that boss that it's a fun boss, but it's just a bit repetitive with the fact that he only really has one attack that you can hit, use against you. But that will be the last of the Thanks for Less leader we see this playthrough, as far as I can remember. Be a nice surprise if he comes back later on in the playthrough. But like I said, I'm going to wrap up this episode up here. Next episode, we're going to be going over to the distribution facility on planet Smolg. This is quite a cool planet. There's multiple paths we can take, and quite a few levitated sections, and there's also a potentially very challenging platinum bolt that we're going to be getting. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, and also subscribe if you've been enjoying the series so far and enjoyed this episode and been finding it useful. And yeah, I hope I'm showing everything off for you guys all right. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episodes.